Hello, boys and girls. 2 videos in one day. What? Well, this is a super quick little video here. I wanted to give some shout outs to some eBay sellers that I've had really good experiences with lately. I just want to send them some love during this tough time in our country slash world's history. Um, and I'm going to share links to their particular eBay stores in the description, but I'll just tell you exactly why I like these stores so much. The first one that I need to bring up is JD Coutle. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's JDCOUTLET, which again, I'll link these in the description so you don't have to try and decipher them. But I bring that one up because that seller has a lot of very competitively priced films that a lot of them are older releases, not necessarily old films, but they're releases from maybe 5 to 10 years ago, like things that you would if you were looking through your local used media store back when we had those. You know, if you were to look for those, then you would have a hard time finding them with the slipcovers. Because if you're a slipcover nut job like me, you are looking for things to be as complete as possible, and especially like if they happen to have cool slipcovers, you want those. Um, and this particular seller has a lot of films that are not like brand spanking new that also have their slipcovers intact, which is awesome. And even better, they're so competitively priced, and they because the location of the seller, like in the description it said Canada, but it also said like when I looked at the tracking information, it was saying Sweetgrass, Montana, which is right on the border of the United States and Canada. So that's why there's such an influx of Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff from Canada, because it's right there, and probably can get them for cheaper, and then turn them around pretty quick and easily. But that's part of why they're cheaper, is because most of them are from Canada. But they are not, unlike say Canadian Amazon. They don't charge you, they don't extort you for really expensive shipping. And if anything, and the reason why I wanted to lead with that one first is because I ordered a lot of movies in bulk. Which again, each one is very inexpensive, so the grand total is not too terribly much when you think about it, especially not relative to what you're getting. But because I did a big bulk order, he was nice enough to reward me with refunding the cost of shipping back to me, which is great. Did not expect that, but it was very, very generous. So that's part of why I wanted to make this video, because I plan to do more business with this person in the future, but also I wanted to hopefully send some business his way and help kind of share the love during these difficult times. So if you order in bulk from this person, then you can probably get a deal like that as well. So yeah, that's for if you want inexpensive movies with their slipcovers and Canadian editions of things, because we like to keep it different and not like what everybody else has, because why be the same? So if you want also, like in terms of bulk pricing, there's Innovation Media, which that one's easy to remember. But they have good buy two get one free deals, and again, they have stuff that's either older or is a little bit more off the beaten path. Not like too far off, so don't expect like Cannibal Girls and things. Although maybe, you never know. But just for like older releases of films that were like maybe 5 to 10 years old, you can find them competitively priced, and you can get buy two get one free deals. And those ones should be the American releases, so they're more what you would expect. But again, that's why I point out the Canadian ones, just because sometimes you can find covers that are cooler than the ones we got here. Um, And then there's one called Camels Entertainment, which is where you can, if you're a slipcover insane person like me, and you want to make sure that your movie has it, if it was supposed to come with a slipcover, you can go there, and they have slipcovers for Blu-rays and for 4K releases as well, which is really nice because let me tell you, I don't like having a Blu-ray that is supposed to have a slipcover but doesn't have one, but I really hate it when it's a 4K because generally, at least at present, 4Ks are they're still new enough to where they have enough of the volume out in the public to where basically the way it works, in case you're wondering why it's such a big deal. So when a movie comes out and like a new big release and the studio wants to make a halfway decent splash with it, they'll more than likely include a slipcover with it to try and draw people's eyes and make people think it's really special and everything. They won't always do that, but most of the time. And then as time goes on, you'll start to see other shipments of them where they don't come with the slipcover, and then eventually, as more time goes on, finding them with the slipcover is next to impossible. Certainly, like outside of a used media store or online or something. And so that's kind of why it's not so much about protecting the case as much as, for me anyway, but it's mostly because like what we saw with some of the Scream Factory ones that we opened, they can look gorgeous and they can be works of art in and of themselves. And they just feel like something extra. They make you feel like you're holding something special in your hands, kind of like a steelbook. What is it? It's ultimately packaging, right? Well, yes, but it also, you know, the artwork can be even better. The packaging can be more. It can be sturdier. It can be any number of things. So it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, but the cover itself can also be good. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. And then last but not least, Exebec_61. It's XEBEC_61. Again, I'll put the names in the description so you don't have to remember that, but if you wanted to know where I got the custom covers from, and I'm trying to show this one off in the new setup so there's not quite as much glare, but let's see. There, it's a little better. Sorry about that, but yeah, if you want, because I didn't feel like I showed this off as well a couple of times ago, but if you want to find movies with if you want to find custom covers for your movie, if you weren't totally satisfied with the standard one that the movie came with, or you like something a little different, or like in this case, like I managed to find just the movie and then found the custom cover and then put the two together. If you want to do that in the 8 Mile that we looked at just in last video, it's going to be that same thing from the same company. Then yeah, you can browse their selection, see what they've got, and they'll print them up and ship them to you in a new case, so that way you can again, stand out, be different from other people. And that's kind of the main theme of my collection and my collecting habits in particular, is that everybody on YouTube that collects movies in any real way, they all tend to have the same movies, and they tend to have the same kind of standard editions of movies, and that can get really boring to me, especially as someone that I like to see what people have, because it tells me a lot about the person. But again, if you want to stand out, if you want to impress yourself, if not other people, kind of stand out from others that do this sort of thing, then I would highly recommend some of these steps that I've pointed out here. That other countries' releases, custom covers, slip covers, things like that. Just because, who wants to be the same? Who wants to do things the same old way? I know I don't. That's not the way I operate, and so highly recommend kind of going above and beyond with some custom covers there. But anyway, I'll include their links in the description, and so please go to their stores on eBay and give them some love for your collecting needs and help them during this particularly tough time. But anyway, hope you're all staying safe, and I'll see you in the next video.